Hello from the third grade team. I'm Mr. Dees, an instructor here at Cardinal Charter. The third grade teachers are excited to help your student for these last few weeks as we head into the EOGs. Remember, students in third grade must pass RTA in order to advance on to the fourth grade. One path is to test out of RTA by passing the EOGs. Third grade students take an end of grade in both math and ELA, and passing is integral to being ready for the fourth grade. You can learn more about these tests in the following presentation. Students should be on IXL or iReady nightly to prepare for this test and ready to learn when they enter our school building. Please reach out to your student's teacher if you have any further questions.
Hello, and welcome to the Cardinal Charter Academy 2023-2024 school year presentation, Understanding the EOGs. The EOGs are state tests that are administered to all students in grades 3 through 8 during the last week of school. They are standardized multiple choice exams in ELA, math, and for our 5th and 8th graders, also science. If you have students in these grades, this is what you need to know. All students will take the math and ELA EOG according to the dates for their grade level. 5th graders and 8th graders will also take an EOG in science. These tests are graded on a 4-point scale, ranging from not proficient to comprehensive based on their understanding of the topic. Students receiving a 3 have sufficient understanding of grade level materials, while scores of 4 and 5 demonstrate thorough and comprehensive understanding respectively. Each student will receive a detailed score report. These tests are important. They help us to understand the performance of our school and to evaluate the effectiveness of our curriculum. They are not factored in students' final grades. However, EOG scores can help predict a student's readiness for the next grade, as well as their ability to succeed on standardized tests. For the reading EOG, this is a comprehension-based test that requires application of reading strategies. Students in grades 3 through 8 will be asked to read 7 total selections. These tests are approximately 52 questions. They are multiple choice and technology enhanced. 60% of these selections are literary and will be nonfiction. 40% will be informational selections. Students will also be expected to know, understand, and utilize grade level vocabulary on these tests. This is a breakdown of the literary selections students can expect on the reading EOG. Short stories, fairy tales, and myths will comprise the fiction section. Essays, biographies, and letters will comprise the nonfiction section. And students will also see poems and part of the reading EOG. The informational selections are 40% of the test. This includes content-based questions from science, social studies, art, and music, as well as consumer materials such as directions, recipes, brochures, and how-tos. Students will see items on these tests that will require them to apply strategies, require them to make inferences and generalizations, require them to apply processes such as comparing and contrasting and understanding the impact of literary elements. And finally, it will require them to connect knowledge from the selection with other information and experiences beyond or outside the text. Here are the test specs for the North Carolina 3 through 8 ELA EOG. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with these graphs and charts that will help you understand the items on the test. For the 8th grade science EOG, students will be expected to take a multiple choice test that will be administered during the final few weeks of the school year. This test is comprised of 60 questions. Students are allotted 120 minutes, with the maximum time being 180 minutes. 8th grade science specs. The weight distributions for grade 8 science can be seen on this slide. Notice that it is comprised of matter, properties, and change, energy conservation and transfer, Earth systems, structures and processes, Earth history, structure and function of living organisms, ecosystems, evolution and genetics, and molecular biology. Some strategies for our students taking 5th and 8th grade science would be to understand the vocabulary from their science curriculum, understand and familiarizing themselves with the ability to read graphs and charts. For example, what patterns might students see, or what does this graph tell students? Make sure students are reviewing vocabulary words from science nightly, and that students can make inferences and reach conclusions. This is the 8th grade math test spec that you can see here. For the math test, you will notice that there are operational items as well as field test items. The EOG math test includes both calculator inactive and calculator active sections. Both sections consist of 4 response option multiple choice, gridded response, numeric entry, and technology enhanced items. All items on the math test are worth 1 point each. Here is the calculator breakdown of questions that students may or may not use calculators for. In addition, students who are enrolled in Math 1 will take an EOC for this course. You can see the breakdown of this test here, as well as the number of questions where students may or may not use a calculator. How can you support your student as we begin the EOGs this week? Make sure you're reviewing past objectives at home by using the sample test items on the DPI website. You can find sample reading, math, and science test items from the state at the website listed on this slide. Ask your student questions about what he, she, or they are reading at home. Have them discuss the setting, characters, plot, conflict, and resolution. Be sure your child is at school as much as possible so that he, she, or they are not missing any important information. Have your student get a good night of sleep and eat a healthy breakfast every morning. Be positive and encourage your student. We believe in them, and we believe in our school community to do their best on the EOGs. Remember, the EOGs are important in understanding a student's readiness for the next grade. It is important that our students do their very best on these tests. In addition, 3rd grade parents should remember that all students must test out of Read to Achieve. Passing the ELA EOG in 3rd grade is one pathway for a student to test out of Read to Achieve. If you have any questions about EOG testing, please contact the school. Thank you for watching and have a great day.